In the quiet, picturesque town of Willowbrook, nestled in the rolling hills of Vermont, there lived a young woman named Sarah. She was known for her grace, her kindness, and her radiant smile. But her life took a dark and terrifying turn when she found herself the target of a malevolent force, one of the most horrifying and scariest tales ever told. Sarah was pregnant with her first child, a long awaited and cherished blessing. As her due date approached, she moved into a charming cottage on the outskirts of town, seeking solitude and peace to prepare for the arrival of her baby. Little did she know that the cottage had a sinister history, one that was whispered about in the town but never spoken aloud. The cottage was known as Widow's Rest, and for good reason. Decades ago, a widow named Isabella had lived there. Isabella was rumored to have dabbled in the dark arts, and her husband's mysterious death had cast a shadow of suspicion over her. The townsfolk believed she had made a pact with the devil to save her husband's life, a pact that had left the cottage cursed. From the moment Sarah moved in, she felt an eerie presence, a malevolent force that seemed to watch her every move. Strange occurrences became part of her daily life, objects moving on their own, chilling whispers in the night, and unsettling shadows that danced on the walls. Sarah tried to brush off her fears as mere pregnancy jitters, but the haunting continued. One evening, as a fierce thunderstorm raged outside, Sarah awoke to find herself paralyzed in bed. Her heart raced as she saw a figure standing at the foot of her bed. It was a nightmarish entity, a tall, giant figure with hollow eyes, skin ashen and covered in jagged, blood-red symbols. Its presence exuded malevolence, and Sarah felt an unbearable weight pressing down on her chest. The entity spoke in a voice that was both a whisper and a growl, sending shivers down her spine. He told her that she was carrying a child of great significance, a child that the devil himself coveted, demanded that she give up her unborn child in exchange for her own safety. Terrified Sarah struggled to respond. She clutched her belly protectively and pleaded for the entity to leave her and her baby alone. But the entity's grip on her only tightened, and its threat grew more ominous. Night after night, the entity returned, each time with greater intensity. It tormented Sarah with horrifying visions, tempting her with dark promises of power and riches in exchange for her child's soul. She was plagued by sleepless nights and tormenting nightmares, and her health deteriorated as her due date approached. Desperate and fearing for her baby's safety, Sarah confided in the town's elderly priest, Father Michael. He listened with a grave expression, recognizing the evil that had taken hold of Widow's Rest. Together they hatched a plan to rid the cottage of the malevolent force. On the night of the baby's birth, with a circle of lit candles and a prayer of protection, Father Michael and Sarah confronted the entity in a chilling showdown. The room crackled with supernatural energy as the entity raged, its power waning in the face of the priest's faith. Sarah endured unbearable pain, both physical and emotional, but her determination to protect her child gave her strength. With a final resounding prayer, Father Michael banished the entity from Widow's Rest, and it vanished with a blood-curdling scream. The cottage was cleansed of its malevolent presence, but the memory of the scariest devil that had terrorized Sarah still lingered. Her baby, a boy, was born unharmed, and the town hailed the priest as a hero. Sarah's life returned to normal, and she moved away from Widow's Rest, vowing to leave the horrifying memories behind. The scariest devil once bound to Cursed Cottage was never seen again, but the townsfolk still spoke in hushed tones about Sarah's harrowing ordeal. It became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the unfathomable evil that could lurk in the most unexpected of places, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and child that could overcome even the scariest of terrors.